only takes a moment. Hey everyone, and welcome to Chef AJ and Friends. I'm your host, Chef AJ, and my guest today is Lucia Michel. She is a nurse in the NEWSTART program at Weimar, and I am so excited because she's here today to make my all-time favorite granola. Those of you that have my book, Sweet Indulgence, knows there's probably 20 granola recipes in there, but I still would rather buy hers than make my own because it's that good. Please welcome Lucia to the show. Thanks for joining. Are you there?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I'm right here.
I'm so excited to do this. And it's weird because we actually met about a year ago in May when I was receiving an award from Dr. Neil Barnard from PCRM, and you showed up
Mhm.
and you gave me some granola, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. You make different ones there, and by the way,
Sure.
you guys, you can actually buy this product mail order, or if you live anywhere in Northern California, at Weimar, which is where I go to see my doctor, why I moved up to Northern California to have Dr. Neil Nedley, this really well-known plant-based doctor, as my doctor. They sell it in the store. It's the cutest little store because it's called Weimar, and since it's a mart, it's called the Weimart. But you brought me this granola. It was a different one than you're making, equally as good, made out of sweet potatoes and apple and buckwheat, and just incredible. But your granola is so good. So what's the secret, and why doesn't mine come out as good as yours?
Well, I think it will with just a little practice, but I'm sure you are able to do it, and anyone will be able to do it. It's very simple now. I just want to thank you for having me in the program. It's a privilege to be here with Chef AJ. And I want to say hi to everyone and welcome to the New Star Kitchen. That's where I work. It's a very simple, I call Chef AJ favorite granola. And just pay attention because it's very simple. I put 9 cups of oats in here. In a high split blender, I blend the 3 cups of dates, 1 cup and 3/4 cup of hot water, 2 tablespoons vanilla, and half tablespoon of salt. That's all. It's that simple. I will mix it.
And if somebody wanted to not put the salt, it's okay.
Exactly. It's optional. I put in you don't have to because it's completely SOS if you don't put the salt.
I think
No
that's why I
oil.
like yours better because it actually tastes better with that little bit of salt. You know what I use it for, Lucia, is my favorite thing to eat is something called an acai bowl. And it
Oh,
comes with granola, but I don't trust the granola from the places. I
sure.
don't know if it's vegan or gluten-free. And
Mhm.
that's really what I use your granola for, is for my acai bowls.
Well, what goes well? Brazilian açaí, it's very popular in Brazil.
Yeah, those are so delicious.
Yeah, so I mix it and I'll put my hands pretty soon because I know the best way to mix it well with my hands. And
The kitchen you have is beautiful. I've never had the privilege of working there, but I've seen it when we've done conference there, and it's just a lovely teaching kitchen.
yeah, it's a nice facility to help patients and they learn and they cook themselves in here too. They can cook. We have many recipes that they can try before they go home. So it's easier when you go home, you learn how to do all the.
And once we get the granola in the oven, we're going to tell you about New Start because I have many friends that have done the program, and it's fantastic, especially since Dr. McDougall's not doing an in-person program anymore. His online program is wonderful, but for people that want that in-person experience, I can't think of a better place to go.
Yes, we have a residential program and we're going to be talking about in a little bit. As soon as I finish the granola.
It's really a simple recipe. It's basically, I mean, if you don't count water, it's 3 ingredients and maybe salt.
Exactly.
Can't be. You know, it reminds me when Rancho La Puerta, when I started presenting there 15 years ago, they used to have one bar with a SOS free. They didn't call it that. They called it pure and simple. But that really is a pure and simple recipe because a lot of granolas that you buy commercially, even ones that are delicious, like Quaker 100% natural, you look at the label and like it's coconut oil and some kind of sugar and maple syrup or brown sugar, and it's just a lot of stuff you don't need.
That's very important.
Do you
Um,
Do you sell a
topic.
lot of granola at the Weimart?
We do. We have a lot of people that buy the granola here, and you can call them. I'm going to give you the number pretty soon. You can call. I think it's the easiest way is calling, and he can ship anywhere in the US.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is I put in 2 baking sheets, and we're going to put in the oven at 300. One thing that I have to explain, you leave it for 15 minutes, but then after, when you take it out from the oven, you have to stir like this because then it's going to be fluffier. Otherwise, you're going to have all the clumps. So
Yeah.
make sure after 15 minutes, you come in here and do this with your gloves or without gloves. Wait a little bit because it's going to be hot. And then you fluff it so you can have a nice granola. Otherwise, it's going to be big clumps.
And that's the secret because I did not do that. And it was still tasty, but I had clumps, which are good if you want clumps, but I didn't want clumps. So now we know the secret to perfect granola.
Yeah, that's the secret. But some people like the clumps, like my husband does. So
Yeah.
I'll take that out and I'm gonna put this in the oven and then I'll show you the final product.
And guys, we're going to have the recipe written exactly very soon in the show notes. And by show notes, I mean you have to go to YouTube to see them. You can't see the show notes, unfortunately, on Facebook or
Okay,
Instagram because there's not enough room.
that's the final product in here. You have a fluff. I did that yesterday. Nice granola crunchy, ready for your acai bowl. And in here, I'll show you, we call date granola. It's FFAJ favorite granola. We call date granola. And you can buy, and I will tell you the number here. No, first, let me tell you a little bit. Like I put it at 300 for 15 minutes, take it out, stir, put it back 15 minutes, and then you can turn the oven off and leave it there for a while until it's really crunchy. Because sometimes it's still hot, so you can leave it there. The number you can call, and we'll be down, Ms. Chef AJ will put it down, is 530-422-7937. That's you can buy online, so you calling them, they will ship it anywhere in the US.
That's right. Operators are standing by.
There you go. Simple as that.
Yep. And you have other flavors too. Like, yeah, I know you have
We
one that
do.
has
We have pineapple, we have maple, date. We have, I believe, four kinds.
yeah, because I remember, and you were so kind when I had that bout of pancreatitis and could not have any fat, even the little bit of coconut. That's when you made me this one. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. There's no nuts, there's no coconut. This is like perfect.
Yes, was special for you.
Thank you. Now, Dee, are you the person that makes all the granola for the
Mm,
store?
No, no, we have a bakery. I just love to go to the kitchen and help. But yeah, we have a bakery here. We have another baker that does all kinds of granola.
Well, the food at Weimar is incredible. Those of you that came to our conference last year know that. They just have an amazing culinary team. And I went to a wedding there and it was like amazing. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Lucia, and how did you get involved with New Start? I had no idea that you were a nurse in the program there until I got
Yes,
your show notes. That's like, oh,
there you go. There you go. I'm gonna
I thought all you did was make granola.
There you go. I'm gonna first start with the New Start, explain a little bit what New Start is. So you see my back, New Start, and I am one of the nurses for New Start. It's a lifestyle residential program at Weimar University. It's about 18 days residential program. You come here and stay with us from Sunday to until Thursday, completely 18 days. And we focus in chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, autoimmune disease. And we use the 8 natural remedies that spell out using the acronym NEWSTART. And I'm going to go over one by one so you understand what NEWSTART means. The first one is nutrition, and we use whole plant-based diet in here. Second one is exercise, and exercise it should be prescribed as a life-giving necessity. I believe every doctor should prescribe exercise because that's what we need. We keep inside too much and we need to be exercise, especially outdoor. And sometimes people, oh, I have to exercise, go to the gym. I'm not talking about the gym. Simple things like cultivating the soil, it's exercise. Walking in nature is exercise. Strength training, of course, we need to do some of that, especially as we're getting older, we need some muscle training. But we can start little, cultivating the soil, going outside. Some flowers or vegetables will really help improve our health. Water, hydration, hydrotherapy. We use a lot of hydrotherapy, hot and cold, especially during COVID. We need so much that it helps improve the patient's outcome with sauna too. And sun. Sun is one thing that is coming up now. Everybody needs to be in the sun because it's so helpful. We were, like I said, indoors, and the sun, like all this study showing the infrared warmth from the sun activate melatonin in the mitochondria, which helps angel running cool from oxidative stress. The blue light from the sun, it helps us to tryptophan and serotonin in the brain to help our mood and also help our sleep. So even the sun can help us have a good night's sleep if you've been in the sun. The next one will be tea for temperance. So I start with nutrition and exercise, water, the sun, now tea for temperance. Temperance we call abstinence from harmful substances like alcohol, smoking, drugs, and even moderation, what we do in all aspects of our life in nutrition. The A comes for air, fresh air, outside air, clean nature, healthy at the beach. Like we learned so much about forest bathing, help our natural killer cells so we can fight disease. And the R for rest. We need at least 7 to 8 hours of good night rest. And we also emphasize the Sabbath rest. You probably heard about the Blue Zone and how the Sabbath, one day, stop everything. We keep the Sabbath, help our mental health and our physical health. And the last one, trust in God, which should be the first, but it's the last. But that's the one that helps us do everything. Believing and trusting in God and prayer have been extensively studying, show positive outcomes of physical, mental health, and really helps our spiritual life because we can do all things to Christ. That's the acronym from NEWSTART. Now we know a little bit about each word, what that means.
Yeah. When did you get involved with the program?
So that's what I do, my work. 11 years ago, I moved from Loma Linda to here. We were in Loma Linda for 11 years too, and then we moved to Weimar so my kids can go to school. And I'll explain a little bit about the school later on. But really, my work here is really rewarding because I see miracles every day. I see people change their lives, improve their blood sugars, their blood pressure, diabetes, mood, feeling happier, and gaining their life back. And I want to give 2 examples that come to my mind. One patient that I had, he came here for the 18 program. He had, we checked the blood work at the beginning and at the end of the program. He came with cholesterol 659.
Wow,
And
that's like really high.
really high. And I asked him, what are you eating to have this high? He said, Lucia, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. Anyway, after 18 days using the natural remedies NEWSTART, it drops to 159. You can't see that with the pill. Believe me, it's 18 days to 659 to 179. It's just a miracle. Another one, I had a patient, he had lupus, came here with a lot of pain. He couldn't hardly walk. When he walked with me, he was saying, why you go so fast? Nobody's chasing us. So it makes me laugh. But look what happened. After the lifestyle changing and the NEWSTART program, you know what he was able to do? he was able to qualify for Boston Marathon. And I had the privilege last year to go and see him running Boston Marathon. It was amazing. We had some clips of him in the NEWSTART website. You can look at it. It's just things that you don't see it. It makes all the difference when you put in practice the 8 natural remedies. Of course, it's the whole package, right? We are talking about, like Chef AJ have been teaching us for so many years, change our lives with the lifestyle. That's my work.
Wow. So what were you doing in Loma Linda? Were you also an RN there?
I was working at the medical center, yes. I was working as a pre-op nurse. I had a great time, great friends, great doctors, amazing place.
I mean, Loma Linda is just I mean, it's a blue zone. It's a wonderful plant-based community there.
Exactly. And I learn more. Every time I go, I'm learning things. We never finish learning things, but I learned so much in Loma Linda and Weimar. I'm very grateful.
Nice, nice. So you have do you do this program every month?
We have a program every month, and we have a new director. That a lot of changes are coming up, but with the same natural remedies, 8 natural remedies that anyone can do it at home. We have cooking school, we have doctors, we have dietitian. They really go along with us and exercise, and we work together. It's really a nice residential program.
Does insurance pay at all for this program?
It depends what kind of insurance. Not all the insurance, you know how it is. Some insurance pays some, not the whole thing. Yeah, it depends what you have.
Nice.
And I believe you wanted me to talk a little bit about my health journey.
Yes, I'd love to know, like, were you raised plant-based?
There you go. Let's start it. No, I did not raise plant. I grew up in Brazil, and most of the people love meat. You know how Brazilian are, churrasco and steak. That's the main thing. But some changes as my family joined the Seventh-day Adventist when I was 5 years old. That was my first encounter with that. So we stopped eating unclean meats like pork and all that, and we follow Leviticus 11 by the Bible, showing us to don't touch unclean meat, but I was eating meat. But by the time I was 14 years old, before I was to go public school, my parents couldn't afford us to go to Seventh-day Adventist school, but one of the church members started helping us go, and I was able to go for 8th grade in Rio, Seventh-day Adventist school. And one of my field trips, there was the graduation trip when I was 14, some of my friends didn't eat meat. And I said, that's so, I never saw that. And I want to, like peer pressure, I want to be like them. So I stopped eating meat. My first time, I was 14 years old. And that was when my journey actually started a vegetarian. And after I went to high school, Seventh-day Adventist, solidified, and then college, I did nursing in University in Brazil, SDA in São Paulo too, and NASP at the time. And after I finished college, I immigrated to the United States. I got married, and I moved to Mexico. Another Seventh-day Adventist school with plant-based again, but vegetarian, not completely plant-based. We were vegetarian. But one thing happened in Mexico. I got pregnant and I had gestational diabetes, and I didn't understand, well, I'm vegetarian, I have gestational diabetes, so something was not right. And I start my journey with now with plant-based, completely off all the animal products. And God is helping us one day at a time. It really opened my eyes for that, and using the 8 natural remedies and exercise, I was able to, my babies were not that big. I had to change everything because something was wrong with vegetarian. And that's what I changed because of one of my gestational diabetes was a big hit. But like I said, the blue zone, how people that eat plant-based, don't have all this chronic disease, and we live longer because of that. So it changed my life.
Nice, nice. And I'm sure you see a lot of patients' lives being changed in the program. When is the next one, and how many people take this program at a time? And what is the care like? Like, you have a medical director, I would imagine, and a dietitian, and like
Yes.
what is a day in the life of a New Start program like?
Well, the day of the life, we start at 6 a.m. with stretching, walking. Then 7 o'clock, we start with we have a lecture called Fresh Start. And then we have our first meal at 8 o'clock. We completely plant-based. And then we have doctor's appointment. We have a medical director. We have a dietitian that you have counseling with. We have the chaplain that you have counseling, and we have exercise program. So we keep you busy until 8:30. So we have many activities during all the day, and then 8:30, 9 o'clock is bedtime, so we can start the day again.
Wow.
That's
And how many days does the program run for?
we have an 18 days program, and we also have a special offer today that because Chef AJ, we are going to do a special for, I don't know if you want to talk about it, I should talk about it.
Sure. Did you say 18-day program? 18 days.
18 days.
That's
Yeah.
almost 3 weeks. Oh, you can really make
It's,
some significant lifestyle changes during that time.
but you see the difference for the patients. I see the difference when they come in, when they go home. It's a life changing.
But how do they keep it up? See, because I find that people can make profound changes in periods of time like this, but then they get to their home environment, and then sometimes there's a little slipping and sliding.
It does. No, it does. But we do have a lot of recipes online, and we have the cooking school that hands-on. This, I think, helps a lot because we are teaching them how to cook. And they really like that because they go with so many recipes, they can do it at home. And we give details, and you sit down, you have a dietitian that sat down with you and explain. And if you have any questions, and the doctors too, we are here to help someone start the journey.
Yeah. Here's a question from a live viewer. Suzanne would like to know, of the 8 New Start principles that you outlined, which of them do most of the participants find the easiest to adopt, and which ones do they find the most challenging to adopt?
Oh, it depends from person to person. Some people easy is drinking water, but some don't. They have a hard time. It's really I'm not sure. Everyone is different. Fresh air, some people is afraid to be outside as much, but then when they start here, we are 1 hour and a half from Lake Tahoe. We have fresh air, and they start feeling better, and then they start going more outside. It all depends. It's different for everyone.
Okay, great. And the Caroline who's watching live says, what is the cost of the program?
Well, the cost of the program, it depends. You have to call them and see because we have different prices. And she can call. I'm going to give you the number, and we have a special offer for the people that are watching today. And I'm going to just read in here a little bit. Today, we reserve a spot for upcoming 18 days New Start session beginning September 14. So space are limited, and only a few are still available because we already have a lot of people sign up. So the 10 callers who mention the keyword temperance will receive a 15% discount. And the number is, she's going to put in at the end of the program is 530-422-7955. So 530-422-7955. You can call, and you can get if you say the word temperance, you get a 15% discount.
Wow, thank you. Thank you.
So yes, go ahead.
Everybody gets their own room though, right?
Everybody has their own room. That's why sometimes it's limited because we don't have a big space, but we still have spots
Do you
for
ever
the.
have like a husband and wife do the program together, or a mother-daughter kind of situation?
We do, and we recommend that because mother and daughter and husbands and wife, because then we started together the journey. It's easier for the wife, especially when they started together, because they were going to eat together and they're going to have the samples. That's one of the things that we recommend.
So one of the things that I heard that you do at the program, and I believe you'd probably still do because my friend took it, is you do a little bit of that intermittent fasting, but it's breakfast, big breakfast, moderate lunch, no dinner.
Yes, we do that. And we have some research about 2 meals a day. Diabetics do so well. Hannah Kalakova, she did a study with 5 meals and 2 meals a day, and she saw the difference for the diabetics, blood sugar, A1C, much better with 2 meals a day. And we do that. We do the intermittent fast. But some people are afraid at the beginning. But you know what? I always ask, are you hungry? And they are not hungry. It's amazing how can the right food, if you're eating the right food, you're not hungry.
Yeah, I know that that works because we've had Dr. John Scharfenberg on the show, who's almost 102,
Sure.
and says one of the secrets to his longevity is following the New Start principles, but particularly not eating dinner. He's even said as he's gotten past 100, sometimes he gets a little bit hungry at night. But I find the hardest thing about it, I don't do it, by the way. I do the other intermittent fasting. Just
Sure.
I use it. I have a huge lunch and a smaller dinner, but I do have dinner, and I try to have it at 5, so it's stopping
Uh-huh.
early. But
Hmm.
socially, that's usually when people are gathering together, they're not meeting for breakfast, they're working. And so, how do you overcome that little social obstacle of not eating dinner when you're invited to a party or a wedding or things like that, you know?
Yeah, it's not easy, but it's a mindset because your health, I know for me, it doesn't work. I feel much better if I don't eat the dinner. I feel better. I get up in the morning, I'm hungry, I want to eat my meal. So it's a mindset. And I can go parties and stuff. If I'm dying, I can save that food and eat for breakfast the next day. But I don't miss going to the weddings or anything. I want to be with my friends. I can go there and get my water and drink while they're eating.
And
And I enjoy talking.
we saw each other at the wedding in June and I didn't notice. Did you eat dinner that night?
No, I don't. I don't. But you know what I did? I saved my plate and I eat for lunch the next day.
Wow. But
It's it,
you've been doing it for a while, I
I
imagine.
have been doing this for 11 years, so it's that's what I tell my patients. The beginning is hard, but you can do it.
So even with your family, I mean, I imagine your children are probably older now.
My children are older now, but yeah, before kids, they always had the 3 meals a day and was very light the
Right.
third meal.
Right. Well,
But yes,
I remember Hans Diel used to say, breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, dinner like a pauper.
like proper. That's why we believe, and that's what I did with my kids. But yeah, now they grow up, they have their own lives,
Yeah. Nice, nice.
and
But
it's
does your husband follow your eating style? So,
yeah, more or less.
oh,
He's
hey, you know what? It's a great way to get out of making dinner.
exactly no, but yeah, we don't eat dinner. But yeah, he some of my recipes he likes more than others, and yes, he very supportive of what I do, and
Did you have any health challenges yourself?
the health challenges that I do have.
No, did you have any? Or if it's not too personal, do you? And
Oh,
how?
no, that's no problem. Yeah, I do have osteoporosis, and I didn't like that. So I said, okay, now what can I do? So I joined my friends at the gym. So I have a Brazilian group that is helping me with strength training, and that's what I do. That's what I'm doing now because of my osteoporosis. Yeah.
Do you know Dr. Rosana Oliveira? Because I believe she's from Brazil as well.
No, I don't.
Oh, she's up here as well. She spoke at our Weimar conference, the one
She
we had.
was going to, but she didn't come. Remember?
Oh,
And I
that's
said,
right.
her name is Brazilian. I was gonna look for her, but then for some reason, she could come.
Well, I'll have to invite you to something that she's coming to. That's right. You're so right. She did get sick. That's right. And we had Dr. Lyle step in.
Exactly. That's what I said. I think she's Brazilian. I don't know her. I never saw, but the name looks Brazilian. I was looking forward to see her, but no, yeah, she
Yeah.
didn't.
Well, so there's a question with the
So,
way you're doing the intermittent fasting with a large breakfast and a
mhm,
smaller lunch.
mhm.
The question is, what time do you do these meals, and what are the meals?
Sure, I will. Yeah, one of the questions that you asked, what I eat, my I do a little different. after I talked, Dr. Kalakova, she came here and gave us a lecture, and her time is 7 and 1 p.m. So I switched to 7 and 1 p.m. And that's what I eat this time, because I don't eat anymore. And 7 o'clock, I'm hungry. I get up early. I do exercise before I eat. So anyway, what I eat in the morning, I eat my flaxseed every day. I eat at least half a cup of beans, and I try to vary different kind of beans. Since I'm Brazilian, I don't have any problem eating beans. I love beans. So I eat my half a cup or a little bit less. I eat many fruits. I love the berries. Now we are in season with the plums. It's heaven. I love fruits. So grapes, all kinds of foods. That's my favorite food is fruits. Then I eat half a cup of grain. And I actually did even a list here of grains that I love. Whole barley. So I try to alternate, don't eat the same thing. Purple barley, some has gluten, some don't. Wheat berries, kamut, farro, quinoa, oat groat, buckwheat, millet, rice, sorghum, black rice, spelt, and corn. So in this list, I 14 grains. We have buckwheat, that is gluten-free, oat groats, gluten-free, millet, gluten-free, sorghum, black rice. I try to get also the grains that are low glycemic index, and you can go lower than barley for people that don't have any problems with gluten. Purple barley and whole barley, the glycemic index is the lowest that you can be. So I love barley, but I try not to eat the same grain, like I said. So we have a variety, and if you can, because every food has different nutrients, and we are not supposed to eat the same thing just because we like it. So we have to vary the fruits and the vegetables and the grains. That's why we have to eat the fruits in season, because those are the ones that we need to eat, because that's what we need at that time. So it's very important also to eat the fruits that are in season. And plums and grapes are in season now. I mean, as much as I can.
Nice.
That's what I eat for breakfast. Then for lunch, I eat a big salad. I love salads, big salad, veggies, and I have to have my beans. Dr. Michael Greger recommend 1.5 cup of beans a day. So I try to do half for breakfast and 1 for lunch, since I'll be like 16, 17 hours without eating any food. That's what I try to do, my 1 cup at lunchtime.
So if you're eating your meals at 7 and 1, 6 hours apart, what is your time that you wake up in the morning? What time do you go to bed to keep that type of schedule?
Okay, I go to sleep like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I get up at 4 every day. So I get up at 4, I have my devotional, I go 5 o'clock to walk with my dog and my husband. So we walk together at least 3 miles before I come to work, sometimes more, 3.5 or 4 if I can. I walk briskly at that time before I go to work at 6 o'clock. I start work at 6 o'clock, then I start exercise with my patients again. That's what I like, to be outside, fresh air with them. We do the stretching, and then we walk, and then the first lecture is at 7. While they lecture, I'm eating my breakfast. That's what I do for exercise in the morning. Then after work, I usually go to the gym with my Brazilian group that we do strengthening exercise. I don't know much about the gym. Gym is not my thing, but I do it. And when I have time also, I volunteer at the farm. I love the farm. We have a farm here. This year we are on sabbatical. We are not planting anything. We rest the land 1 year, and then next year we're going to start again with the fruits, with the vegetables. Yes.
You have a farm on the campus of Weimar?
We have a farm in the campus. Yes, we do.
I had no idea. And you have all these. I've never really explored it. I know a lot of people just go there to hike. It's so beautiful.
We have a beautiful hikes, and we have a 15 miles hike. We have a Sabbath hike. We put some rocks with some verses from the Bible. People can go and walk. It's 4 miles hike. But we have many hikes, very nice hikes in here. And the farm, yes, a beautiful farm.
Some live viewers have also posted some questions, and one of them is, how do you help the participants transition the habits that they're learning into their daily lives once they leave the program? So, like, is there any follow-up reunion meetings, or do they just go home and hope for the best?
No, yes, we do have. We have Zoom meetings and we also call, and they can call us too. They are free to call. They have a number to call if they have any problems. But we do call them and see how they are doing, if they need anything. A lot of people get in touch with us. Like I told about the one of the guests that had lupus and he couldn't walk. Now he's running. So he told us about the marathon. So I bought a ticket. We went there to see him running. We couldn't miss that. So we keep in touch. It become like a family. If
That's
they have any questions, they can call and ask us.
that is so
And
nice.
email us too.
So, how do you respond to critics who might say the program is too idealistic or not practical in today's modern life?
Yes, some people say that, and I just have to understand, but I see so many miracles that I said, you know what? When you see your life back, when you see you feeling better because you change, you don't want to go back. Why are you going to go back when you're sick and feeling terrible and taking all these pills? You know what I mean? So I believe we don't have the people that really do the program and continue doing, they feel so good, they don't want to go back. That's my, it is not easy, but when you get it, you get it. You can, we don't ask you to do very heavy or complicated recipes. We try to keep simple so anyone can do it. I usually tell my patients, you know, if I know Instant Pot is very popular, everybody likes, I like my crock pot. I have my small crock pot, I do my grain, medium one, I do my beans. I have my basic. So the veggies and the salad and the fruits and the nuts and the flaxseed, it goes with, like I was gonna say, if you keep simple for you don't have to be so complicated, but keep simple, you can do it.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it if you keep simple.
What's really nice about Weimar, it's in Colfax, California, and it's just one of the most beautiful places. It feels almost like being in Big Bear or Arrowhead with
That's true, Big Bear.
it's really, really quite, I wouldn't even mind living there. So Nurse Sandy says, I have a daughter who is 30 and PCOS and 375 pounds with hormone dysregulation. Would a program like this help her?
If she's willing, yes. Why not? We had some patients that would be with some weight problems, and we help them. hmm Yes, definitely. She can call, and she can, we have the doctors in here. She can even talk with the doctor before she comes if she feels like it. We can arrange that so she can have the insurance. She can be helped. Yes.
How long has the program been running at Weimar? Because was it always there, or was it somewhere else first? Why do I think?
No, wasn't here. The history about Weimar, it's was a tuberculosis sanitary in 1919. It was already they knew it that away from the city, close to the mountains would be good for the patients. And then, but they bought it, some SDA group, Seventh-day Adventists, bought in 1977 because they had the idea of starting a lifestyle in a college. That's where everything started. They bought in 1977, they started lifestyle and the college in 1978. That's where everything started. So through many ups and downs, Weimar, now it's a Weimar University. We have many graduate program. We have 2 master's program now. We have elementary school, a high school, and we became a university not long ago. So it's been growing with the lifestyle and all the other programs that we have. We have a lot of programs for the community that help them change their lives. And we have the health program and, pre-med, pre-dental, a lot of things that it's growing. It's still it's growing like it's completely different than we were before. With Dr. Nelly, like you said, he has a vision and it's really improving every single aspect of Weimar.
Right. The granola that you showed at the beginning of the show, are you actually cooking that now?
No, I didn't because I cooked yesterday. I didn't want to I have to go
Right.
back and forth. So
Because
I
somebody's saying, like, do you cook it just for did you say you cooked it for 15 minutes or 50 minutes?
15, 1 5. Sorry, my accent.
But
Yes,
that's okay.
15 minutes.
But it needs longer than 15.
Then I take it out. Like I said, I really mix it well. And then I put it back 15, 1 5 more minutes. And then after that, I turn it off and leave it inside the oven and let it cool.
Let it cool. Great. Perfect.
Mhm.
Very easy to
And
make.
then I take it out like the ones I show you before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I would imagine because you have a lot of students there, they're probably buying a lot of granola from the Weimart.
Some of them, but they have at the cafeteria. We serve
Oh,
this
that's true.
granola at the cafeteria every day.
I
So,
didn't think
they,
about that.
but
Which flavor is the most popular?
and pineapple. The students really like the pineapple one.
I,
Mhm.
did you put
So
in like pineapple juice or do you put in fresh pineapple?
no, they put pieces, dry
Oh, I
pineapples.
bet
Yeah,
that's
they mix it.
delicious.
That's one of their favorites. That's where we have in the cafeteria. But I'm sure they buy for their parents when they go home because they love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's a question. If someone could only begin with one New Start principle, which one would you recommend first and why?
Wow. One. Well, for me, it's trusting God because He's the one who's given me power to do the rest. I cannot do it by myself. It's not easy. We have to believe in that power that comes not from you.
Wow. So, let's see. Which principle do the participants find most challenging to sustain once they leave the program, and how do you help them overcome that?
Well, to sustain, that's like I said, it's hard because everyone is different. I'm not sure. Some being outside, some people are so used to be indoors. To be outside, it is a challenge in our days. We are constantly outside working and school and everything we do outside. If we change our mindset to be outside, I think we will prevent many diseases, like a lot of things can change if you be more outside because outside you have the sun, you have the fresh air, you have all the elements that you need to have a good night's sleep. And
Yeah. Do you take their phones away during the program?
we should, but we don't. But would be lovely if we do it because some people like to sleep with the phone. That's not a good thing to do it. But we tell them we don't take it, but we tell them, please don't use your phone. And especially 1 or 2 hours before you go to sleep, those lights are not helping you keep you awake. And now we learn so many things about not only the phone, but the computer, how it's a blessing, but can be a curse at the same time if you don't know how to use it in the time,
Yeah,
especially at night. It's not a good
sure.
idea.
What long-term results have you seen in participants who consistently apply the principles of New Start years after completing the program? Like, do you ever follow up on them?
Some of them send us pictures. They show us like they lost 60 pounds, they lost 70 pounds, and they are so happy and they continue the program. And I had another one that also, he lost 70 pounds, many, a lot of pounds afterwards. But then after 5, 6 years, I believe, he was he was calling us. Oh, I went back and I have all my problems again. And then we encouraged him and talked to him, and little by little now he said, no, I'm back in shape, I changed. And I saw him in, when was that? I think was in Florida, and he really, went back to the place. Yes, because perfect, nobody's perfect, only Jesus. So my point is, We can do it. And if you fall down, just get up and try again.
Yeah.
We cannot be down. That's the problem.
Is the program SOS free or is it at least oil free, the food?
Completely oil free. Did you see the cholesterol?
Yeah.
679, right? No, 659 to 179. You can't do that with oil. Yeah,
Right,
it's
right.
completely out of question. We can use a drop of oil, but
You know,
we do use some salt. Yes, it's not complete SOS, but
right.
we do use some salt.
Yeah. And I imagine that there's not a lot of desserts being served, so there's probably not a lot of sugar floating around.
No, we just serve, I believe, one or two times, but we teach them some desserts that they can, because when you go home, you have kids, you have grandchildren, we have some healthy options. And one probably you'll love that is with dates, and it's just no sugar. It's dates, walnuts, we use carrot powder. Carrot powder has a
I,
lot of polyphenols. Anyway, next time.
I love carob. I mean, it's not it doesn't taste exactly like chocolate, but I actually prefer it now because I haven't had chocolate in I don't know since 2010 at least. And carob's amazing, raw carob especially. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the one we use raw from Australia. I think for me is the best. And all the benefits, the study shows that has load with polyphenol, lower your cholesterol, and it's a low glycemic index. Doesn't raise your blood sugar. It's so low. It's amazing. It's sweetening and tastes good. I'm not comparing with chocolate. It's completely different, but it's a very nice. We would love that recipe. One time I will try so you can try.
Oh my gosh, I would love to try it. Well, I see you about once a month anyway when I
Sure,
see.
you text me, I'll
And
make sure you
you
have
know
it.
what I would love, Lucia, if you
Yes.
could figure out a copycat recipe. So when I bring the sandwiches, when I come to see Dr. Nedley every
Uh-huh.
month from Auburn Bodega, the cheese sauce that he makes, he tells you the ingredients, but it never comes out as good as his. It's just cashews, red bell pepper, nutritional yeast, lemon juice, and jalapeno and salt, but it never comes out like his.
Really? Maybe the nutritional waste, what is he buying from? Because some nutritional uses are different. Could be that, I'm not
Yeah, I
sure.
mean, next time I see him, I'll ask him what brand. Is
Yeah,
there a new?
it really tastes good. I love that.
It's really good. Is there a cookbook that you give the patients? I know that is there a New Start cookbook?
We do have, oh, I forgot to bring it. Yes, we do have a New Start cookbook, and every single patient we will have one.
Yeah,
We have that.
that's cool. And they can go home and succeed because they're learning that. How often of the 18 days, how many days do they have cooking lessons?
Well, they have cooking lessons. It's every week. I'm not sure if it is 3 every week or 2 every week. Since we are changing the program, we have a new director, we're gonna add a few more for the cooking school. But
Do,
yeah, we have demonstration, they make their own.
I wish I lived a little closer. You're about 45 minutes from me. I'd love to do like cooking demonstrations because that's my favorite thing. Do you do the cooking demonstrations there, or do you have another person doing them?
That would be lovely if you come. Just let us know when you come. And no, somebody else is doing. I just show one gluten-free bread that I make, and the other uh, dessert that doesn't have sugar with dates. Yeah.
That's right, because when I was sick with pancreatitis, because I couldn't have a drop of oil and very hard to find bread, you made me some like really yummy bread.
Yeah, I show the gluten-free bread for them. Yes, but we have someone there that come
So
and
how do
do it.
I remember one time I was texting you and you were in some foreign country and sending me pictures. You were doing basically kind of like Doctors Without Borders type work. I didn't realize you did that and you did it so often. How are you able to get away? And what are some of the countries you go to? Is this like through the church or how does that work?
Yes, when growing up, I used to go with my kids every summer to a mission trip. So, since I'm from another country, this country, I believe people have so much and we should serve and help others. And especially being from a third world country, I know how important it is when people would go there and help us. So we used to go to the church, yes, and in mission trips, and we have been in many countries, Honduras, Nicaragua, Africa, Kenya. The last time we were in Fiji, and I was helping the doctors. We had a lot of people come from the islands, and we help with the dental. We have dentists that will go with us, dental hygiene, and doctors that do the surgery, simple surgery that they are able to do it. But yes, the church really promotes a health lifestyle, and so we can go and help others too. And over there, we had some cooking school, and we talk about health. We talk about the diet, the plant-based that they can introduce in their lives, whatever they have it over there. And oh, that's great. I just have someone was watching. I will have the cooking book here that every patient will get it if they come here for NEWSTART and all the recipes that we have in the cafeteria. And we have two. It used to be Weimar Institute, now is Weimar University, and we have many recipes, and every participant will have one. It's a very nice cooking book that everyone will have and will enjoy when they're here. Just
Can people buy that from the books? Because you have lots of books in your bookstore.
We do, yeah. If you cannot come, you can call and buy here. Yes, they have a lot of this book.
So, because you have a lot of really cool, interesting things at that bookstore, spices, and is there a way to look online or not really to see what's
Not all of them we can look online, but if you can call, we always have people that can help you and explain what we have and go over with. We are still working on our website, but yes, we have many different things and books and different granolas, different food that you can find anywhere. Yeah, some dehydrated food too. We are doing some soups that when you travel, you can buy it. It's simple and easy. Keep it simple, like you can keep your lifestyle even when you go out of the country. Like we went on a mission trip, we took some beans, dry beans.
nice? Crystal wants to know, do you ever serve fresh juices or green smoothies at the program?
No, we don't, but in special cases we do. If patient had cancer, we do use with the help of the dietitian. She's the one in charge of all the juices. And yes, we do use the cruciferous juice for people that have cancer and other diseases. So it depends on the case. It goes by case by case. It's a little bit, we tweak a little bit for each patient. It's not one fits at all.
I didn't realize you could go there with cancer. Dr. Nedley never tells me anything.
Well, we don't promote, but if people come, we treat them. And we have also special things for not only the diet, but we use the hydrotherapy with fever bath. And yeah, it's a comprehensive way of seeing cancer. Well, like I said, we don't promote, but we do. If you come, we do take it.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for the work you do, but also from my perspective, thank you for making my favorite granola.
Oh, praise the Lord.
It's so good. I have mine is in the oven right now. I was hoping to show it, but I didn't know the secret until you told me. And now I know the secret. See, I wasn't doing that after it went in the oven. And I'm like, why is hers so perfect? So that's really the secret, guys. Massage it, get all those pieces to separate, unless you
Exactly.
like clumps. And so what I did, I took your recipe and I did half of it in the oven, and I'm doing half of it in the dehydrator just to see if there's a difference.
Sure. Yeah. Dehydrated is also a good option because you keep the low heat. So it just take longer, but it's very,
Right.
very
But
healthy
now
too.
I know the secret is you gotta
Yeah.
unless you want clumps, because we're going away. I've been accepted to go to the camp for adults with cancer this weekend, and they can't serve us anything vegan. So I need a lot of calories. So I've been making a lot of granola, so we'll have something to eat.
Oh, okay. That's good. Yes. It's a good option.
Yeah.
I took mine when I was traveling. I took my granola, I took my beans. We need to be prepared. And when people invite you home, one of the tips that I tell my patients too, so you don't be tempted, always bring your dish, your main dish, and one dessert and share with them. And if you cannot eat anything, at least you have your dish and some dessert. And I'm sure they will like it. With all the recipes that we have, You know, it seems to people really like it. Even the kids, they don't know it doesn't have sugar. It tastes good, they eat it.
Yeah. Well, the recipe books that all the recipe books in the store are great, and some of them
Mhm.
date back for a really long time. Like, don't you sell that? I think it's called the Seven Talents Cookbook or something like that.
We do. We have that for a long time. We have many, many books that I recommend. And actually, one I would recommend too is this one. This is one of the books that really helped me understand New Start and talk about all the 8 natural remedies. It called The Minutes of Healing. And it's one of the, we can sell in here also at this. I don't have any book, I didn't write any book, but this book, it really changed my life and helped me understand a little bit more about the lifestyle, the 8 natural remedies, how helpful it is.
Dr. Nedley told me to get that. I listened to it on Audible, especially I think it was chapter 15 that he really recommended one of them. So I did listen to that book on Audible. So that's
Yeah, it is nice. One of the ones that I really like the chapter is Mind Cure. It's really open your eyes for many things that we do. So I recommend that one.
Crystal says, what is a good food to eat for depression? They actually have a program for that at Weimar specifically for depression and or anxiety.
Exactly. Dr. Nelly also has a program they call DR, Depression Recovery, and it's a 10-day program also in Weimar. And they use the New Star principles for the food that they eat. And it's a comprehensive residential program. And the food that we eat has a lot to do with our mind. It's completely connected, what we eat. And a whole plant-based food like Chef Ede is teaching us, that's the food that we recommend for depression.
Nice.
And lots of exercise. I see sometimes Dr. Nelly even recommending 3 hours of exercise a day. So it's very, very well done.
I would say if you count walking the doggy, I get almost 3 hours a day,
There
because
you go.
so yeah.
Yeah, I recommend that. We also, um, I recommend exercise before breakfast.
Yeah.
And then like after breakfast and after your meal, I recommend we call digestive walk. It's like slow walk that you can walk and help with digestion. So it's very important to do that after each meal. Small, shoulder up, smelling the roses, deep breathing, it will help your sleep and your digestion. Very short, in slowly. You can exercise too much. Exercise is before breakfast. After a meal, we call digestive walk. It's really improved the glycemic index. The blood sugar doesn't go sky high in my patients, and I see that every day.
And I forgot to mention on the Weimar campus, there's actually like a hotel, like an inn. So if somebody maybe didn't want to commit to the program, but wanted to find out more in person, what the location's like, what the food is like, that might be an option.
There might be an option. You just have to reserve ahead of time because we have so many programs going on, and sometimes it's occupied, like the depression recovery, they use the, but yes, they can.
Great. Well, if it's so great getting to know you because honestly, I didn't know that that's what you did. I thought you just made granola.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah,
which is
that's what I
wonderful.
love too, though. I love see people liking natural foods without oil, without be addicting to it. It's a blessing.
Which is one of your many talents. Do you still sell the other granola that I like? It's the buckwheat sweet potato one. There's no
Yes.
sugar. There's not even dates in that one.
No dates. Yeah, it's a sprouted buckwheat with sweet potato, orange, and apple.
That
Yes,
is unbelievable.
they
That is
still
like
have
we almost could have you back and do that one. That's a
sure.
really it's a whole different unique flavor. It's actually
Exactly. Yeah.
crunchy without being too crunchy. And actually, you gave me some, which is going to be going to camp with me this weekend because I love it.
Right.
I love the little bags because just
Easy, right?
I can just go like that. And then if I get any almond milk, I can just go like that.
There you go.
Well, thank you so much. I'll see you next month
Yeah.
for my regular appointment, and I'll
All
let you know
right.
how my granola turned out.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Anybody from Weimar or New Start is always welcome on the show. And guys, please come back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time for Dr. Alan Goldhammer. He's going to be answering all the questions he didn't get to at the Plant Powered Party. Thanks so much, Lucia.